having a great day wherever you are. Today I want to talk about three things. One is the price movement of Bitcoin. Two, China introducing their own cryptocurrency or digital currency and what's my views on it. And third, right, the passive income possibility in crypto. So let's come to the first one first, which is the price trend, recent price trend and where I think it is going. So prices seem to be still range bound, but it is definitely holding above the 10,000 level mark, which is actually better than I think the last month or last 2 weeks when I did my video, right? But I think it has a key resistance. That means it has to test, it has to actually go above and stay above the 11,000 mark level, which is $11,000 per Bitcoin, right? For it to has that sustained strength to actually increase and to test newer highs, right? And it could even test newer recent highs of over 13,000, but it has to first test this 11,000 mark. And if you really look at this kind of charts, right, it is still very weak. It's still very range bound. Yeah, it's range bound is not a bad thing, because it also means that it is trying to have a stable, more sustained kind of run rather than very steep rise, and then the chances of it actually falling is actually even higher. So, and if you look at the lower time frame, right, the trend is actually going down again. So if you look here, so you see it's still very range bound. Earlier on I was looking, it was at $10,600 level. Now it has gone down to below that 10,600 level already. But as I've said, right, it's still trying to do that range bound thing. And so I see basically it's still trying to do a range bound and stay really, and the fact that it is already above 10,000 is actually a good thing, because at one point I saw it range bound between 9,500 and 10,500. That's really what my prediction is. So now I'm looking at it range bound between 10,000 and 11,000, but hopefully if it can break the 11,000 mark and if it can stay sustainably above the 11,000 mark, then it will have the higher chance, right, of a sustained increase going up from there. But bearing in mind, right, that the next halving event is happening in next May, which is still some time to go, right, and we are only in September, so you're still talking about 8 months kind of timeline. So I think it will still probably stay range bound like this, very unexciting. But again, if you are not yet in the market, I would think, right, that now is probably the right time to just get in a little bit, right? Again, not financial advice, but this is what I would do if I'm not yet in. And if you are already in, if you think you have not enough, my opinion on what I would do is that I would just buy on any sign of weakness, right? At a time like when it has below 10,000, when it gone 9,500 that time, I would have also increased my entry. That was if I think I have not enough. But of course, if you think you have enough for Bitcoin, then just hold on to them, right? Do not look at a frequent price trend, because that will really make you panic, make you want to actually, make you wonder, is it still true? Is your belief still true that, it will really, really increase, or it will continue to stay range bound like this? So my own take is that, right, it takes time for any good technology, for any good assets to actually gain that momentum, to gain that recognition. After 10 years, and from like below 1 cent, it has gone up to $1, and it has gone up to $12 and $300, and now we are talking about $10,000 level mark, right? So 10 years is not a short time, but at the same time, it's also not too long in the time, when you consider in the history of humanity. So the fact that it has gone from below 1 cent to 10,000 level today, it is a huge, right, 1,000% returns, right? And you're talking probably about hundreds of percent annualized return, right? Which other assets will give you that kind of returns, right? So yeah, so just of course, I don't think it will in the future. What do I see? Of course, I'm eyeing really the 600 the six digits mark, meaning 100,000 to 200,000, 250,000, or even some say 1 million. That's really the kind of level I'm looking at. So that's why the recent trend, is okay for me to actually still hold. I'm not afraid to hold. And in fact, I know why I'm holding, right? And that is mainly the next thing I want to talk about, which is this news. China releasing its own cryptocurrency, which is government-led digital currency. This is the first time a major government, right, and a major central bank actually said that they are so close to having their own digital currency. Other countries have also mentioned it before, but nothing really is happening. But China, given that they are very credible that they're coming out to say this, there's definitely something to be really think about, right, to worry. Now, the thing is, what kind of cryptocurrency it is, and honestly, I think this is going to be central bank led, central bank issued, central bank control. And the reason that they are releasing this is really that they want to ensure if any government is releasing their own digital currency, they want to be the first, because they do not want to be overtaken by something like Libra, which is led by FB, Facebook, headquartered in US, right? So it is that political interest, political conflicts, right, is also the face or the ego of the government, right? That's really what I think. But this is definitely not the same as Bitcoin, not the same as crypto, the real borderless, no, as in stateless, right? Nobody backing up kind of Bitcoin, right? So it is definitely not the same. So the reason that they want to issue this kind of digital currency is that they want to replace cash altogether, and so that all the transactions can be tracked. And that just means that everything can be traced, and then they can tax everybody. So that's why things like this, actually news like this, you can say it is bad, because for people who do not know, then they have no choice but to use this. And also people who do not know, that they will think this then would threaten existence of Bitcoin, of the those kind of coins that doesn't have any government, and also the cryptocurrency as whole. But my point is that because of coins like this, right, it actually will strengthen the existence, or strengthen the rationale for having something that is truly stateless, truly independent, right? That you cannot control it, you cannot trace it, right? You cannot seize it. Then that is truly the Bitcoin, right? And because of news like this, make me believe even stronger in why I need to have Bitcoin. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. And last point I want to talk about is that Binance, being such largest cryptocurrency exchange, now they're also joining the bandwagon, right, to do something like a Binance lending. What it is actually, right, they are going to borrow your cryptocurrency, and in return they are going to give you a returns, right? Of course, because for you to hand over your cryptocurrency for them, they're going to look after it for a short period, and they're going to give you the returns, right? This is similar to banking, right? Don't you understand? And they're not the first, but they are definitely one of the most prominent player who is the latest to offer this kind of products, and definitely one of the highest as well in terms of interest or returns. So they have something like Binance coins, where if you stick your Binance coin with them for 28 days, they're going to give you 10% annualized returns. So, and then if you take it out, so you can take it out after the 28 days is up, and then they will give you your capital plus your 10% annualized returns, which is 10% divided by 12 months, right? Because you're only keeping them for 12 months, and that's what they are claiming to do. And similarly for Tether, 14 days, they're giving you 8% annualized returns. This returns is very, very high, right? When you think about compared to like bonds or even your bank savings rates, right? Those are like measly, right? It can either be 1%, or even in many of the European countries, they are already seeing negative interest rates, meaning you have to pay the banks for actually keeping the money with them. But in the case of crypto world, what they are offering is that you keep your crypto with these companies, which yes, they are centralized, so they are giving you very, very high returns in terms of yield, but also in the form of that cryptocurrency. So just make no mistake. So in a way, it is good because it allows people who hold cryptocurrency now an avenue to earn the passive returns, to earn some passive income on their holdings. That as this is especially good for hodlers. Yeah. Now, the thing is then, what other coins do they have? Currently, let me see. So view more. So currently they have Bitcoin, they have Ethereum, they have Binance Coin, and Tether and Cardano. So 5 types of coins. For Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin, the returns is a bit low. So for 28 days, it's only about 3.25%. For Cardano, 6% for 14 days annualized. Yeah. So not particularly exciting. The most exciting is still the Binance Coin. If you stick the Binance Coin, 10% per annum, it is very, very high. Yeah. The other one I want to highlight is Crypto.com. This one is another company that is that has a wallet plus a debit card that actually allow you to spend your cryptocurrency anywhere, literally anywhere. I have it myself and have spent it in McDonald's, for example. So one good thing about this is the terms can be very flexible. That means you can take out, even you can just stick it for, like, say 1 day or 1 week, and you still get a 2%. This is per annum, of course. Then you add, you will divide it accordingly if you just keep it for 1 week. So this is something that is very good because it gives you that flexible term. So in any time you still need your liquidity immediately, you can take it out immediately and you still earn a 2%. What is this earnings with MCO stake? That means if you purchase their coins called MCO or Crypto.com cryptocurrency, then if you stick it with them, that means you keep it with them and you then do all this staking, you will get a 4% interest on your crypto. Similarly, they have many more coins, including again the top ones: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP, Maker as well, right? So this one definitely they have much more, right? So the thing now then is these two are the ones that, if you ask me, if you want to earn some passive income, these are the two that I will only recommend, right? Again, not financial advice. If it were me, if I were to stick any to get a passive income on the coins I'm hodling, then these are the only two I will choose, because I think these are the two which are definitely more credible among the many. But having said that, I want to really just caution, whatever it is, however strong they are, Binance or Crypto.com, they are still very centralized third party. That means they have a company, they have management teams behind them, right? And so there is still a risk that if you stick your coins with them, if you stick your cryptocurrency, your Bitcoin with them, there is still a risk that it will be lost. Yeah. And so that is where I'm coming from. And because of that, I still do not stick my coins. I didn't want to just earn, yes, it's attractive returns, but at the same time, I didn't want to earn that returns. I just prefer my security. I still prefer to have my own coins in my own cold storage. That's my opinion. But for people who think, that they have been hodling on for some time, and then they would like to get some liquidity, they would like to get some passive income meanwhile from their holdings, then these two are the ones that I would urge you to look at. Again, of course, do your own research. But as I said, Crypto.com have something called flexible terms, so this one definitely a bit more flexible. Of course, with that, the interests are also lower. So just be mindful of all this. And if you want to stick, make sure you check the duration. So what do they do with your coins? Because they are actually lending out your coins for other purpose. They are using your coins for other purpose. And that's why, if everyone come in to take their coins earlier, they may not have all the redemption to give you back. So there is always that risk. It's just like banks, yeah? So just be mindful. Of course, something that gives you return always have its risk, right? Nothing is risk-free, nothing is free in this world. So just be mindful about that, yeah? So having said that, and I wish you all the best in your crypto journey. So yes, I speak to you I think in the next 2 weeks or so, unless there are major thing happening, then perhaps the next 1 week. But looks like things are still going on. Long-term trend is still very good, right? BAT is coming soon, so that definitely will get more institutions coming in, and then with the BAT launching, then we will also see what are the volume are we talking about, and I suspect it is going to be huge, and that will be again positive. But meanwhile, things are just happening. This is actually times like this that people who are not yet in, they will not be in, but it's only when when let's say it went past 11,000, then it will go to hit next 13k, and then if it can stay there sustainably, then it will go up. It will try to test the previous high of 20,000, and then people will then again be flooding it. So do not be one of those, I hope, right? So share this around to your friends, to your loved ones who you care about, because I think people need to know, right? And really, it is really just because the macro economy is so weak, it's in such dire state that central banks are continuously trying to print money. People are conditioned to not retire at all. The retirement age has been increased and increased and increased, right? Singapore is the latest to increase their retirement age to 65 from 62, following the steps of European countries, right? And even there, they are already start to condition people that it will increase furthermore to 70. So where is the line? There's no line really. I think it will continue to be like that. So it is very hard to retire. Why? Because the government doesn't have enough money in a pension to actually pay people off, and that's why it is they cannot let you retire. It is simply that. And why? Because again, the money is losing its value, right? Inflation is creeping up very fast. Money is losing its value, and the government have really no weapons already except to continue to reduce rates. And that's why we have now so many bonds of negative interest rates, which are still in existence. People are still parking money. Is a crazy world, but yes, that's the world we are in. Many people may still be unaware, but if you are watching this, at least you are one of those who are more aware. So with that privilege, please share it around, right? And I wish you all the best, and I speak to you soon. Thank you so much for your time.